Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, finally, to the release of my world download. I do apologize for it taking a few weeks since I released my last video, but I've been very busy and I've had a lot to do and figure out before I could release it. I don't want to waste your time, so I'll get straight into things. So as I mentioned before, I'm going to release the world through Patreon. All you have to do is join the lowest tier of my Patreon, and then there'll be a post with the available download link for the world and the texture pack. Of course, once you have purchased the lowest tier and obtained the world, you can cancel any recurring payment and you don't have to keep paying anymore. It's just a one-time thing. As I mentioned, when I do more work in future on the world, anyone who purchased it the first time will have access to it for free. Whoever bought it before and is still interested in getting updated versions of the world, I'll send the updates directly to them, but they would have to correspond that with me. Important things to note is the texture pack is pretty much completely necessary if you want to explore the world, because I've completely optimized the world and the texture pack around each other, so they're sort of a cohesive thing. If you don't have the texture pack, it'll look weird. So I do insist that you use it in the world, and it also needs to have Optifine to really use all the features properly. It would also kind of ruin the experience if you don't have Optifine. So you need the texture pack and Optifine if you want to explore the world. Of course, in all my videos I use shaders mostly. I use BSL shaders if anyone is interested. I used to use Silder's Vibrant. I do love them both, but at the moment I really like BSL. But the world is still obviously very beautiful with or without them. I just love the more realistic and exaggerated feel, I suppose, of shaders, but you may not prefer to experience Minecraft that way. I also want to say that you probably should not attempt to use my texture pack outside of my world, because it's been so specifically modified to fit my needs. It just looks pretty weird most of the time outside of my world, so I wouldn't suggest using it if you're playing in your own worlds. The $7 purchase is just for the world. The texture pack is available because you need it for the world, but it's not really included in the purchase because a lot of the textures in the pack are not my own, so I cannot sell it to you as if it's my product. It's a lot of combinations of different texture packs, and there's a lot of original textures I've made myself, but the texture pack is not, I don't claim it to be my own at all. It's just a culmination of a bunch of different things, and feel free to take whatever textures you want out of it, as in like the ones I've created, because I have made a lot in there. You're free to use those and do whatever you want with them. That's totally fine. The main creditors for the texture pack is Fwip, Mizuno's, Ghoulcraft, Germsy Boy. Those are the main textures I've used in mine. The world is quite large and has a lot of details, so it's a bit demanding on a computer, so I do suggest that you probably should have a computer that can run Minecraft pretty well, or else it may be very laggy, and I don't want you to be disappointed with that. I recently deleted a bunch of chunks that I don't use, so that has helped a lot. Another very important thing to note is that I mainly have showcased the SHIRE on my channel, but the SHIRE is only a segment of the whole world. This world I've been playing in for about 3 years, and it started with a whole different project, and I eventually moved into the SHIRE about a little over a year ago. So the SHIRE is my most recent and detailed, and in my opinion, the best project because it's the latest. But there's a whole lot of other bits of the world to explore that I've done a lot of revising to recently as well. So obviously my building has improved and changed, but there's a lot of things I've gone back and changed. So the whole world is very much worth checking out. There's a lot of things to find. It also, with the download, you'll be able to see all the borders of the SHIRE and all of the underworks of all the land I've built, and behind the scenes of the illusion, because it's really just a small bit that I've built entirely custom, but surrounding it is all the land that I've stopped building at and all the things I've covered up, and it's pretty interesting to look at. The most substantial things or places to note, I guess, is spawn, where I originally made my spawn point, is a very nice and prominent location. Starts you out in every direction basically you can go. It leads to customized land. The original village I made, the Marrow Downs village, is another substantial point to note. In the village somewhere is my secret base where I keep all the mass amount of things I've gathered, my storage. I won't tell you exactly where it is so you can try and find it yourself, but I would look for a place to fetch water. And of course the Shire, which is probably what more people want to see because that's what I've showcased on this channel. I've gotten most of what I wanted done for this release. There's still tons of unfinished things. You'll see half the Shire has interior hobbit holes and the other half is not, but that's something I need to work on over time. And I need to expand the land and many things. But for now, the main area of Hobbiton is pretty much complete, and most things have interiors. So Overhill, the town beyond Hobbiton, is exteriorly sort of finished, not really. It has a lot of work to do, so don't assume that that is finished at all. But it is much improved since I have worked on it quite a bit lately, but it has a ton to do. Also, I recently breeded a ton of sheep that I was going to release around the Shire to give it more like movement and life, and it sort of just made them all sort of group up around the hill and the main area of Hobbiton. So there's a lot of random sheep everywhere, but if you need to, just kill any that you need, obviously. But anyways, I hope you enjoy exploring. I hope you enjoy the world. I'm very excited to share it because it means so much to me. I've spent so much time. I'm very proud of what I've done. It's really cool for me to go back and look at everything I've done, and I hope that other people enjoy it as well. Let me know what you think. If you enjoy the world, feel free to use it for whatever you want. And thanks for watching. I hope you download the world.